Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Genkai and I'll be reviewing AoAshi. This is an anime that was released back in 2022 and I'll be your host reviewing episode 1, so let's get into it. So the anime starts where this kid, he goes by the name of ASHITO. He is playing for his junior high team, which is dubbed the most weakest team in the school, and he was accepted by the school because of his confidence and his geniusness, as he says on the pitch. Now, there's a lot about ASHITO here that in episode 1 that he's gonna gradually improve on. Like, for say example, he's more of a selfish, self-centered kind of guy. Wants to score the goals, wants to win the games. Doesn't really care about anybody else. Only cares about himself. That's kind of an attitude that I could say maybe Cristiano Ronaldo has, or Zlatan Ibrahimovic has, and how the team plays. The team just revolved around him. Like, they basically rely on him to do pretty much everything. So now he's in his team, he's playing, and then there was a tournament that was playing in the school. Now his team was, I think, down 3 goals or 2 goals. I think it was down 3 goals, and he scored a hat-trick, but I think it just wasn't enough to, let's say, have him advance to the next round. However, after he scored his third goal, the last goal of the game, the keeper for the opponent's team, he came to him, and as most opponents in some games, they start trash talking and calling names and such. Well, the keeper for the opponent, I think he went a bit too far in relation to saying stuff about his parents, how he's poor, and all of those stuff. Now, ASHITO, he didn't like that, and he lost control of his temper, and he gave one of those classic Zidane headbutts. That Zidane headbutt in the 2002 World Cup final when France was playing against Italy. Zidane got himself sent off. It was the same thing that happened, or let's say a similar thing that happened there, where ASHITO headbutted him and he got himself sent off. So basically his team didn't advance to the next round. So I think the few hours has passed, and like ASHITO was basically jogging on the road, trying to calm down, trying to release his frustration. He then came up against this guy that was watching him throughout the match and watching his performances since the tournament. Now, this guy will learn about him more later down in the anime. So this guy was basically trying to teach him one technique about, he said, a control orientada, which means in English first touch, or one touch pass. The basics in football. Because in football, if you're going to learn something, or if you're going to learn how to play football, the first thing, it's always has to do with your first touch. And especially for a striker, you have to have a good first touch, because that will defy you on how you put yourself in certain situations where you have to depend on the qualities that you have. You have to have a good first touch, you have to have good vision, and all those sorts of stuff. Now, ASHITO, he attempted it and he kept failing, and he got a bit frustrated about it. But however, the guy, the coach, well, he goes by the name of Fukuda Tatsuya, that's what his name is, yeah. He analyzed a certain goal, I think it was the final goal that he scored, and how he picked up the loose ball, he made some good movements in and around the spaces and scored the goal. However, Ashito said that he was clearly incorrect about the goal that was scored, and he corrected him that it was a team goal, and where even though his team was exhausted, they switched the tactics. They spread wide to stretch the opposition, and it gave Ashito basically a free roam to roam around in spaces, pick the ball up in certain situations where his teammates can find him open spaces, and that's what he was stating to Tatsuya, and Tatsuya was amazed as to how he remembered every single position of all of the players that was on the pitch. And now about Tatsuya, I think his Ashito's brother will explain. Well, Ashito's brother explained it to him about Tatsuya's history. So Tatsuya is basically, he's now a coach or a manager of a youth team in Tokyo, and he's looking for young talents like Ashito to build his team to conquer the likes of Barcelona's, the Real Madrid's, the Manchester United's, the Cities, the Milans, to basically be on top of the world. Now, Tatsuya gave him application or a submission letter for the tryouts, and however, Ashito tried to explain it to his mother, but his mother clearly declined because of the situation, because basically his mother is poor. But Ashito's hopes weren't in vain, as his brother Shun simply saved up all of his hard-earned money and gave it to Ashito so he could go to Tokyo and do for the tryouts. Now, what Shun said to Ashito about Tatsuya is that Tatsuya was basically coming from the same position as Ashito, where Tatsuya was basically, he was an ex-player. So he started at the age of 18. He started in a youth team, and he gradually improved and went along to play in one of the best leagues in the world, in La Liga in Spain, where I think he was playing for the blue and white kid. I'm guessing he was playing for Real Sociedad, I believe, and he got to his prime at the age of about 23, as what Shun said, but he got a career-ending injury which he had to retire from it. But once Shun explained those details to Ashito, I think it gave Ashito some sort of more confidence in himself that he can be the player he would dream of being once he gradually improves his techniques, his skills, and the other qualities that needs improving on in order for him to become, one of the best players in the world, so he can be up there with the prime Ronaldos, the prime Messis, the Peles, the Maradonas, and so on and so forth. I think I've covered everything about in this episode, and actually watching the anime for the first time, I've actually gravitated to it because I, of course, know about football, and I, of course, love football. So watching a football anime, I can easily gravitate and enjoy it. So I'm expecting more and more of the episodes to come as I keep watching. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think about this anime? What do you think about episode 1? Is it a good anime for you guys to enjoy? Because after episode 1, I'm really interested on what's more to come in the episodes coming on, and what Ashito will become when he gradually improves, he gets older, and see how far he is in his terms of his development, and see where he does end up. Does he end up in maybe Spain? Does he end up maybe in the Premier League. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'll have to put this review to an end here. So like the video, guys, subscribe. Yeah, my name is Genkai, guys, and yeah, see you all soon.